Hello everybody, welcome back to Linked Leagues. Here we are getting ready to join the Gold Cup again after our last loss, which was an absolute colossal failure. If you want to see how that last game went, go back and check out my last episode, but I'm just going to leave it at that because it just kind of hurts thinking about it. So we're going back into the Gold Cup, really need to get another win under our belt. Kind of hoping we're just going to come up against, a starter pack team or just a team with low chemistry. But then this team flashes up, a strong 4-3-3 hybrid with the likes of Van Persie and in-form Shinji Kagawa and Eriksson and De Jong and Guzman there with, an overpowered David Luiz and a pretty good back line. They all have pretty good work rates. And De Gea in goal, who's a pretty good BPL goalkeeper. I haven't used him, but a lot of people do, so he always seems to be pretty tough. So, we were hoping for a crap team, but it's a pretty solid team to come up against in the first round. But we get the first opportunity just 9 minutes in, steal a back pass. Looked like it was going into that bottom corner, but hits the outside of the post. A couple minutes later, just a little pass across goal, kind of sweaty, but wasn't the easiest of finishes. And luckily, Santino was able to go back to that and put it into the back of the net. So able to jump out to a 1-0 lead. And I wanted to put this corner kick in just because it was kind of a created set piece I've never seen before. This player just kind of makes a line and they all bum rush out, towards the outer edge of the box to try to create some space. It didn't work, but I could see where it could, maybe getting your one player streaking in there for a header. But in the 42nd minute, there's one of those informed De Jong with just a blasted near post shot was able to get by my keeper, and they're able to pull it back to 1-1. I thought I was going to get another goal here. Lopez on through but couldn't step over to get out of the way. Cloudermer's able to keep it in the final third, and he's going to take a shot, but it's blocked by his Brazilian counterpart, and that's how we go into the half. So it's pretty even going into half, but again, I was just at this point still trying to figure out where everyone is and just not feeling the greatest. He had more shots, I had a little more possession, but it's pretty even at this point. And we do get the next option just a few minutes into the second half. Santino is able to hold on to possession there. I'm not really sure how, but wasn't able to finish it. A couple minutes later, it's again Santino on the ball, and he takes another shot, but it gets deflected out wide. And so I just kind of do my bread and butter down the line, near post, and how did he miss that? I've missed so many of those in this series so far. And that's such an easy finish. I do it a lot. It's kind of cheap, but it's just a good way to get goals. And, it didn't work last time. I thought it was going to work this time. Here it comes. Again, misses it wide. It's just I can't get anything to finish. But here we have another opportunity, and I just don't know. It's just nothing seems to be going in. I'm getting, a few chances. A lot of them are pretty close chances, but nothing seems to work until I get a little luck there. It actually takes a deflection, but Cloudermer is able to, head that one in the back of the net. And, 90th minute, you just get so many goals. So we're getting ready to go on and win, but I just give Van Persie too much space. And he's going to do that so many times, just like he does for Man U in real life in this year. They end up scoring so many late goals that either equalizes it or gives them the game. So we're going into extra time in the first round of this Gold Cup, and I've been, creating some chances, but just like I've been with this team this whole time, just not being able to finish. And, straight from kickoff, pretty much David Luiz goes on a little skill run down the middle of the pitch, and Van Persie with his preferred left foot just smashes it by my keeper right over his head. And again, I felt like, oh, here goes another one. I'm going to take another loss in this series. I by no means am I a really good FIFA player, but never did I think I was going to lose this many games starting out this series. And it didn't take much longer before I get an easy free header there. David Luiz just kind of wanders around, and Lisandro Lopez just nods it into the back of the net, so we're able to pull it back even 3-3. And there's plenty of time left in this game, and I'm going to create a handful of chances here coming up. But in this extra time, this player was kind of all over the place, really heavily attacking, kind of pulling players all over the place, which was good for me. and I'm able to go on a little counter there, and Lopez just knocks in another one in the bottom left-hand corner of the goal. So we got a little cushion. One goal is not much of a cushion, but it doesn't take much longer, and I get a little dummy there, knock it up to Jensen, and pretty awkward finish. He just comes to a complete stop for some reason, swings at it, and gets it to go into the bottom right-hand corner of the goal. But now we're up 2. Now I'm feeling good, and I can have a little fun because I have a little cushion. So doing a little work over here on the side with Bastos, just a little step over work, comes back inside, but nothing comes of it. Again, that short little cross that I like, but just hasn't been as effective for me as I typically plan it to be. But Minez again, just kind of making him look like a fool. Little step over, just a little, not a whole lot of skilling, but just controlled dribbling, able to get inside and smash it to the opposite corner. So just kind of a insult to injury. This guy was playing pretty well, but I got a lot of chances in this extra period, and I try a little scoop chip here, but just didn't get enough on it and got completely destroyed by the keeper there, and that was it. We ended up winning that 6-3. And as you see, once I get the post-game stats up here, I was making a bunch of chances in the extra time. I only had 4 or 5 in the first half, and I think 7 or so at the end of regulation. But by the end of it, I'm up to 20 shots, 14 of them on target, end up winning the possession battle. So like I said, he was kind of all over in the extra time trying to get that W, and I was able to kind of exploit that. So we're able to get out of that first round and into the quarters, and we come up against this guy with 2 chains, and you see there he adds 2 guests, and coming up against a guy with 2 guests is pretty solid. Playing with a guest, if you haven't played, is pretty difficult just because you have to know what everyone's going to be doing, and unfortunately he does have a really solid team, another little hybrid with some great players. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players of 87 rating or higher. And anytime you have a class keeper like Cassis in goal, it's going to be tough to get anything by him. So another really solid 4-3-3 team to come up against, especially early on. The first 2 rounds you're hoping to come up against some lesser opponents, but their teams have definitely been pretty strong. So he actually makes a little error here. Like I said, there's 3 players playing, so you back pass it to your keeper, and you don't actually know who's that next player going to be. Playing with 2 people isn't as bad because once there's a pass, the other person's going to get it. With 3 people, it can get kind of confusing. So able to take advantage of that. Unable to step over there past Casillas to get that goal, and then just a little bit of, kind of got FIFA'd there. The defender couldn't control it or kind of touched it too far away, and he's able just to scoop it up and get a pretty easy goal. I win myself a corner here, and I notice them pull all the defenders into the box, so I just play it short, try that little cross, but unfortunately it hits the crossbar, so unable to nod home an easy header there. But I win the ball back here. Everyone runs away from me again, so I just ball roll back inside and just slot it through past Casillas. I don't know how that got through. A silver, not very high quality player able to get by, arguably the best keeper in the game. Made me feel pretty good there. And going into half up 2-1 against this team of really good players. Again, I know there's a couple of guests, so that's helping me out. But, hey, I'm going to take it, just like I'm going to take this goal here. I'm kind of sweaty, kind of going across goal, not once but twice. But Minez just taps it home, and now I'm up 2, so I feel a little bit more comfortable. And, you get up 2, you can just play a little more freely and have some more fun. Again, they rush everyone into the box, so I play it short. It wasn't until about now I noticed that the keeper was rushing out. Luckily, it gets to Minez, and he's able to get it through all those legs into the back of the net. And, I didn't create a bunch of chances in the second half, or if I did, they didn't, result in shots. But Minez is able to go through the players' legs there, and we pick up another win in this tournament. And it's against another, strong team. Not sure how well, the players were. They had a couple guests, so they might not have known how really to play Ultimate Team or how familiar they were with FIFA, but we're going to take it. We're advancing through this tournament, and we'll just have to see how we finish this one out. As I said, I didn't have a bunch of shots there, but 4 went in and he only had 1, so that's all that really matters. So we're going to advance on through the tournament, check back to see how I finish this tournament out, see if I can get a couple more wins. and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Leave some feedback if you'd like, maybe some suggestions for this series or any other series you'd like to see in the future. And again, thanks for stopping by.